The series finale of 911, Lone Star skipped 5 months into the future to reveal where the main characters ended up, but the time jump ended up hurting one character's ending more than it helped. Rob Lowe led the 911, Lone Star cast for 5 years as Fire Captain Owen Strand, and he ended the Ryan Murphy procedural with one last near-death experience. Meanwhile, paramedic Captain Tommy Vega, Gina Torres, went into the 911, Lone Star finale with days to live, according to her doctor. The two leaders, along with the talented ensemble cast, navigated a nuclear threat following an asteroid. Although Judson Judd Ryder, Jim Parak, Mojon Mawani, Natasha Karam, Paul Strickland, Brian Michael Smith, and Mateo Chavez, Julian Works, were wounded during their search for the nuclear reactor, all members of the 126 survived 911, Lone Star's ending. The series finale flashed forward to the future to settle its final storylines, but not everyone got a perfectly happy ending. While Tommy and Owen especially benefited from the time jump, Judd's unresolved plot with his absent wife Grace, Sierra McLean, was only exacerbated by the creative decision in the 911, Lone Star's finale. 911, Lone Star ends with a 5-month time jump. The show skips ahead to explore the cast's ending fates. The nuclear reactor call may have been one of 911, Lone Star's most intense rescues, and it left off on a particularly dramatic note with Owen's unconscious body. The screen then cut to black with a card that read 5 months later. 911, Lone Star then began establishing what happened to the main characters, but it left Owen's fate ambiguous. It let viewers believe Owen died all the way up to the closing scene, where it was revealed that Owen recovered from his wounds and moved back to New York to be the NYFD's fire chief. On the other side of the aisle, Tommy was visibly winded from her work in the field during the nuclear crisis. Paired with her doctor's devastating prognosis, Tommy's fate during the time jump was precarious. Miraculously, Tommy's cancerous tumors didn't just shrink over the course of 5 months, they disappeared entirely and put her into official remission for her breast cancer. Tommy even resumed her role as paramedic captain in 911, Lone Star's series finale when she went to a ceremony to swear in Judd as the new fire captain of the 126. How the 911, Lone Star finale time jump makes Grace's story worse. Such a big moment for Judd was overshadowed by Grace's absence. Sierra McLean and Jim Parak smiling in a scene from 911 Lone Star. While Judd assuming the role of fire captain was undoubtedly a happy ending for him, the celebration felt hollow with the confirmation that Grace has still yet to return home after 5 months. When 911, Lone Star's cancellation was announced, Grace's absence quickly became a major concern for the show's ending. Many hoped 911, Lone Star's finale would fix Grace's disappointing exit, but the final episode only twisted the knife of Judd's solitude. While nearly everyone else ends the series finale with their loved ones, Grace's missionary work left Judd without his spouse for at least a year. Grace was crucial to 911, Lone Star's first 4 seasons, as she was the voice of Austin Dispatch. When Sierra McLean left the show, it was a palpable loss for 911, Lone Star's most important storylines. Her disappearance even had a negative impact on Judd's final act, leading to his struggle with alcoholism in 911, Lone Star Season 5. After finding sobriety, Judd and Grace remained unresolved. During what should have been Judd's most triumphant moment of the series, it felt as if he and Grace were just as distant as they were when 911, Lone Star Season 5 began. 911, Lone Star could have still done the time jump without further vilifying Grace. It was as simple as a single line change. Judd, Jim Parak, with his arms folded standing next to a woman in 911 Lone Star. It was established long before 911. Lone Star's finale aired that Sierra McLean wouldn't appear in the last episode, which should have been all the more reason for the procedural to find a clever way to resolve Grace's storyline. Jackson Pace's Wyatt may have taken over 911, Lone Star's dispatcher role, but Grace's character, or lack thereof, shouldn't have been ignored so flippantly. Despite being a core member of 911, Lone Star's cast for the majority of the series, Grace is only mentioned once in the finale when Tommy says Judd's ceremony was recorded to send to her. In a way, mentioning Grace just to clarify that she's still gone stung more than total absence. There were many avenues 911, Lone Star could have taken to give Grace and Judd a hopeful ending, even without McLean having to be on screen. Something as simple as a line from Judd talking about seeing Grace at home or someone asking Wyatt about what it's like to work with Grace would have been enough to give an outline for the future. 911, Lone Star failed to give Grace and Judd the ending they deserved, but it wasn't an impossibility. Enjoy Screen Rant's primetime coverage? Click below to sign up for our weekly Network TV newsletter. Make sure to check Network TV in your preferences, and get the inside scoop from actors and showrunners on your favorite series.